All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is 3:06 in the afternoon of October the 5th, 2021. And today I get to do an $83 recap. I did a terrible job trading ANVS. Nothing else on the screen was really too bad today except for ANVS. Did a good job trading SPY contracts here, made up for the ANVS loss, but this is, I think, the third or fourth time in recent days here where I've had a good win and then have handicapped my winnings with a equally bad loss, or almost as equally bad loss. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. In fact, I think each time that I've had a loss that has kind of not exactly wiped out my day. I mean, I do get to walk away with $83, but it's different from walking away with $400, which is there are three times actually in recent history, in the past week actually, that I've done this. It adds up to about $1,000, over 3 days. It's starting to add up. So ANVS. Bad trade. I didn't let it go soon enough. I only traded 100 shares, but I was waiting for it to turn around. I just wasn't going to do it. And I definitely should have cut it a lot sooner. And then there's the SPY. Did well on that. The other trades I took were just kind of like, eh. And also another thing, these MARPS, let's go here. MARPS, USEG, and ANVS were the three stocks that I had on watch this morning. And all three of them, I was like, yeah, whatever, look at this. So it opened at, roughly $7.95, call it, something like that. Yeah, went to as high as $8.68, so went up by about 70 cents, and then just spent the rest of the day, this is soon after the opening, just spent the rest of the day just trailing down, just going down. Ugly. USEG, here's a look at this daily. Let me get over to it here. Another, opened up high and just took off to the downside. ANVS. This one opened up kind of below, actually, yesterday's open after having a pre-market that was as high as like $40, I think. Let's take a look at the pre-market here real quick. Yeah, on the pre-market, it went up as high as $37.50. And, yeah. So I took a stab at this one, and this is the one that I didn't let go of, anywhere near as soon as I needed to. And unfortunately, I all three of these, I was like, none of these are going to do anything. And I was right, but for whatever reason, I didn't listen to myself. I tried trading this. Look at this. Open barely went above the open. Let's see. Let's get rid of all these lines and stuff. Barely went above the open, and then just spent the rest of the day coming down. USEG opened, popped up a little bit, spent the rest of the day coming down. MARPS opened, went up a little bit, spent the rest of the day coming down. Big red candles. And when I was looking at these pre-market, I was saying to myself, none of these are going to do anything all day. All three of these are going to be junk. There's nothing going on with these things. They're not even worth trading. And I would be I'd benefit myself if I just listened to myself. But for whatever reason, I decided to get in on ANVS this morning. I took two positions, 50 shares each, pre-market. Let's take a look at it. One was at 30, yeah, right here. So 33, there was this level right in here, roughly 33 or so, right in here. I was like, okay, it's settling out at this level. It looked to me at the time when I bought this, I was like, all right, it's settling out at 33.50. It'll pre-market, it'll start running up again, then we can get going. Well, it didn't do that, obviously. So there were 50 shares there, and then I was like, okay, well, let me take, here's the previous day's close, right? At $30.35. Oh, wait. No. Where was it? Oh. No, so I took the other 50 shares during regular market hours. And so here is, let's go to the open. So here's the opening price right here at 31.47. So at $31.47, I took another 50 shares. And here on the 1 minute, I was like, okay, so I was in at an average of like $32 and, oh geez, I don't remember, 32 and I don't remember. But the trade turned green on me right here. So I was like, okay, cool. This thing's going to start running. This is going to be all right. I was only green by a little bit. I wasn't green by a lot. I think the high here was at 33.09, so I was green by like maybe 40 or 50 cents or something like that. And I didn't like exactly stop paying attention to it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this thing play out because I cut losses or I cut wins too early a lot. I'll do that a lot. So I was like, let me let it play out. Well, I was watching this thing and then it came down to $29 and some change, and I was down $300 on this damn one trade, down $3 and change, $3.32 a share. I was like, I've got to cut it somewhere. I mean, this thing is just not working out. So I wound up cutting it somewhere around close to $29. Yeah, in fact, I remember it was on this candle right here. And I cut it close to somewhere around 20, just right at $29. Actually, let's see. So my average was $32.30. And so when it was up here at $33.09, I was up like $60 on the trade. And then just turned around, went the other direction, and I got to pay for the mistake, I did take an early trade, pre-market trade on both USEG, you can see here, and MARPS for 100 shares each. Lost $11 on USEG, made $17 on MARPS. And you can see I closed one of them at 7:16 this morning and the other one at 8:22 this morning. Then I didn't even go for it again. And then ANVS closed at 9:43. So I was kind of like, okay. And so RIOT, I've traded RIOT a few times. Cryptocurrencies are catching a bid. And RIOT did an okay job. But I got into it pretty late. Let's see. This morning, so RIOT, oops, this is the daily. Let me go to the 1 minute. Yeah, okay. So I bought RIOT as it broke above this level right here at $26.28. And it went as high as $26.56. And then it started to drop back down. So I just let it go before it turned red on me. And I think I traded this thing more than once today. Yeah, I did. Okay, so and I was trading 500 shares on that one, and then got out right before it turned red on me. And you can see I made all of like about $6 on it on 500 shares. Terrible. And then I tried it again with 100 shares, and managed to pull down 30 cents on that one, which is too bad I didn't take 500 shares on that trade. Let's see, I closed that one at 14:30 here in the afternoon. 14:30. Yeah, okay. So here's 14:30 right here. $26. Yeah. So it was breaking. I was watching, and it was moving pretty slow, but it was starting to break through the 2570 level right here. So it had come down, dipped down, and was starting its way back up. And so I just bought 100 shares at roughly 2570 and some change, like 2575 or something like that. And so then managed to make about $30 there on RIOT on that time. EEIQ. EEIQ. Now, this is an interesting one. Where I have this one on watch, I think. No, it's on my momentum. No, where do I keep EEIQ? Small caps watching risk range. Nope, it's on risk range. I have EEIQ started hitting the scanner today. I don't have it. It's not my portfolio. Yeah, it's not my portfolio. Small caps. It's got to be small caps, right? Where do I keep? I have an EEIQ chart around here somewhere. Yeah, it would make sense for it to be in crypto, not in daily. Momentum. Yeah, okay, there it is. Momentum. Okay, here we go. So yeah, EEIQ was breaking this Fibonacci right here. This is the 50% for the Fibonacci. And I bought right there at 535. And then it started coming down pretty quickly on me. And I was like, okay, it looked like it had gotten support. I was like, okay, well, it touched the Fibonacci again right here. And it looked like it was trying to like gain support and keep going. But then it started dipping down the Fibonacci, below the Fibonacci again. So I let it go. And I let that go for like, a really small loss. I traded 200 shares on it. And I lost like $1.80 on it, on 200 shares. So, what was that, 2 cents? So that's the way it goes. Then the SPY. So this morning, the SPY put in this pivot right here, this real quick pivot. And so I bought the break of the pivot. I bought one contract right here. I bought 3 total contracts. I bought one contract here. I bought one contract right here, and then another contract right there. So I had 3 contracts going on the SPY. My expiration was the 31st of August 2022, and the strike is 450, which I was like, is this do you think maybe this is the bottom? Maybe this is the bottom of the market. This is the day where everything turns around. This is the daily, and everything keeps going up. And, we look back on this, I think it's been total of about a 6% correction total. And, it's like, oh, okay, I remember that, and here was the bottom, so on and so on. Well, I didn't hold on to any of them. I bought long dated, far out of the money contracts for that fact, for that purpose, so that I could hold them until we get past this quarter, basically. And I was like, no, I'll just cash them in. I'll just take profits and go. And so I took profit. I was looking at it and I was like, well, where on this chart will there be support and resistance and so on? And I was like, okay, well I was actually looking at the previous day's open at 433, but that was really close to my entry. And I was like, it'll go further than that, right? So initially I'd bought it here at basically 431, and then was like, you know what, I'm gonna sell it at the previous day's open. There'll be resistance there, and there was for a few minutes, but then it popped through, and I was like, okay, awesome, this thing is really gonna run. And so then I held on to it. I was like, well, okay, where's the next spot? Where's the next place where it's gonna run into resistance? Well, then it's gonna be the previous it's gonna be the next nearest close. The next nearest close above this open. And so I was like, okay, let's check it out. And so it started making a run right here, and it came really close to 434.24, then started pulling back. And so I basically wound up letting it go just a few cents higher than where I had originally put my target price. So I let it go right in this area, in this 433.19 area. And I was like, okay, I'm done with the trade. And managed to make $1.70, $1.25. Yeah, $1.25 per contract right there on 3 contracts. So $375, and it made up for my flop on ANVS. I get to walk away with a green day. It's not a $400 green day like it really ought to be, but live to play another day. Survive till we thrive. That's just the way it goes. So right now, the SPY is looking pretty strong, and we'll have to see how it closes. I do think that this area right here, this 434.24, a close above that would be really nice because that was yesterday's open. And so although it's not really a reversal candle, this isn't really a reversal candle, but a close above the previous days. Let's get rid of all these brush marks. I don't know where they're coming from. There we go. A close above the previous day's open is nice, actually, let's see. Okay, so here's the previous day's open at 433 even. And so then a close above this close right here on the 1st. Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday. A close above Friday's close. If today closes above Friday's close, that'll be nice. That'll be a move, and that's a move in the correct direction. And then we'll see, if we can get a close above, this day was the 30th of September. See if we can get a close above that day. That was a big down day. Let's see, that one down day was like a 1.5%, right? Yeah, 1.6%, 6.88 points on the SPY. So I'm hanging out to watch the way it closes. I want to see what the volume looks like at the end of the day, what the price looks like at the end of the day, so on and so on. So that's my trading day in a nutshell. Pretty sure, I covered everything that I did today. Right, good and bad. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your risks tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.